You all must have heard many times that in ancient times there used to be huge and monstrous creatures living in the ocean. But do you know that some of these creatures actually used to live in the sea, and today we will learn about those very mythical creatures. In today's time, the Komodo dragon is considered the world's largest lizard, which can grow up to 10 feet long. But did you know that not just thousands but millions of years ago, there was a creature in this world that looked like a lizard and could grow up to 70 feet long? Its name was Basilosaurus. Basilosaurus means king of lizards. This creature was first discovered in Alabama in the United States. The bones found of this creature were so unusual that for 10 years, scientists and researchers couldn't figure out what kind of animal it actually was. Then, in the 1840s, it was given the name Basilosaurus. This creature seems similar to the ones described in ancient people's stories. The ancients believed that thousands of years ago, there were lizards in our world that were 10 times bigger than humans, and they ruled the world from the seas to the land. It even sounds believable because if giant creatures like dinosaurs once lived in this world, then maybe these mythical creatures also really existed here at some point. So when the fossils of Basilosaurus were discovered, people started comparing it to those same mythical creatures. Even after countless attempts, scientists were unable to classify this creature. Sometimes it was considered a lizard, sometimes a dolphin, and sometimes something else entirely. But finally, it was determined that Basilosaurus was an ancestor of blue whales, which went extinct from the earth about 34 million years ago. This creature used to live in warm waters. But when the ocean water began to cool due to global cooling and the circulation patterns of the sea changed, it became increasingly difficult for Basilosaurus to survive. This creature gradually died out and eventually became extinct from this world forever. More than 12,000 species of reptiles have been discovered in the world so far. Reptiles are mostly referred to as animals that crawl on land, but there are also different types of reptiles. Some are made to live on land, some in water, and there are some reptiles that can survive both on land and in water, and one of those reptiles is snakes. You all know that the world's largest snakes, Titanoboa and Suki index, were also reptiles, and they used to grow as big as 30 to 50 feet in size. But did you know that in our oceans, there used to be the world's largest reptile, whose name was Ichthyosaur? This creature was first discovered by two siblings, Mary, Anning and Joseph, in a town called Lyme Regis in England. Mary was just a 12-year-old girl at the time. At first, Joseph found the skull of this creature, but when the two of them explored the area further, they discovered a 190 million-year-old fossil of the Ichthyosaur buried in the ground, which was 20 times bigger than the siblings themselves. In fact, the fossil was as long as a bus. It was as if two giant titanoboas were placed one after the other. The Ichthyosaur was a marine reptile. It was present on Earth at the time when dinosaurs were gradually evolving. This creature was so historic and powerful that it witnessed 4 eras of dinosaurs with its own eyes. It was alive in the world during the Triassic period, Jurassic period, and even the Cretaceous period. Just imagine that. Friends, this was a reptile that survived massive mass extinctions and disasters that wiped out many species of dinosaurs from this world. It was the only reptile that saw dinosaurs from the very beginning to the very end with its own eyes. And let me tell you, according to one estimate, dinosaurs ruled the earth for 160 million years, and this reptile also lived on Earth for 160 million years. But then the same thing happened that was destined for all prehistoric animals. The clutching creature too gradually disappeared from this world due to climate change. Friends, Ichthyosaur was that marine animal for which we humans have already found evidence of its existence. But there are some creatures about which we've only heard in stories. You must have seen this viral video of the creature on the internet which has been named the Grey Maha. Friends, if I tell you about the size of this creature, not only will you be shocked to hear it, but you might not even believe it. According to this creature is about 675 meters or 2,215 feet long. Currently, the largest creature in existence is the blue whale, which grows up to about 100 feet long. Compared to this blue whale, we humans look as small as a tiny dot. Now you can imagine that even if you put together 22 blue whales, this mythical creature would still be bigger than them. According to this, just the teeth of this creature are as big as a human, and it has 6 eyes on its head. Well, there is still no proof of this creature's existence, but people often compare it to the famous creature, the blue whale. Since we're talking about the loot, let me tell you that in 1997, researchers from the Nova company recorded a very loud and mysterious sound underwater with their sound recorder. And this was the first time that another mythical creature, loot, was mentioned. That is, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is a company from the United States that conducts research in the ocean and issues weather forecasts and alerts for upcoming dangers. The sound that was recorded in 1997 a few days ago was something like this. This sound had astonished scientists and researchers all over the world, because such a sound had never been heard from inside the ocean before. For many years, this sound kept troubling scientists and researchers. This sound had now become a mystery. People believed that this sound belonged to a huge sea creature that had been living in the ocean for centuries, but we still don't know anything about it. After 8 years had passed, this sound was heard once again from the Antarctic regions. After that, the scientists stated that the sound was caused by the breaking of a massive glacier in Antarctica. Well, what do you think? Was the bloop really just the sound of a glacier breaking? Or are scientists and researchers hiding something from the world? Something extremely dangerous? Now let's talk about a creature that will surely leave you amazed when you hear about it. Friends, imagine a creature that's like a whale, but its face resembles that of a wolf and it has 4 legs as well. And what if I told you that such a creature actually once existed in this world? Surely you won't be able to believe this either. But according to Inuit mythology, there once existed a creature called Akhlut in ancient times. According to the stories, this animal used to live both on land and in the sea. It is said that when it came onto land, it would take the form of a 4-legged animal, and when it entered the sea, it would transform into the shape of an orca whale. According to Inuit myths, when this creature came onto land, it would hunt not only many mammals, but also humans. And when it entered the sea, it would prey on seals, sea lions, penguins, and other marine mammals and fish. Some stories even say that the reason Akhlut started coming onto land was because of humans. Because humans had started hunting sea animals excessively. That's why it became impossible for Akhlut to hunt in the sea, and as a result, this creature began preying on humans instead. According to myths, this creature was as big as 22 feet and weighed around 8,000 pounds. Well, to this day, there is no evidence of this creature's existence either. But the Inuit people believe that Akhlut really did exist in this world at one time. What do you think? Is this story true, or is it just a myth? Be sure to let us know in the comments section. In the 1700s, a team of researchers spotted a very strange fish in the Atlantic Ocean that looked like a shark. This fish was very unique in appearance and resembled a creature often mentioned in old stories. Or you could say that ancient people believed that such a creature lived in the sea. When researchers caught this fish and studied it, they found out that it was a creature from ancient times that had been living in the ocean for centuries. In other words, the stories of the ancient people were absolutely true. This shark grows as large as 40 feet and it is still alive in the ocean today with a population of around 20,000. Scientists know this shark as the Basking Shark. Friends, now the creature I'm about to tell you about is one that everyone must have heard of or at least seen somewhere. Maybe in a cartoon movie or on the cover of a book. The siren. This is a mythical creature that appears half human and half... Every day, some video or another goes viral on the internet in which people claim that they have seen this creature with their own eyes, and that too alive. As you can see in these videos. Well, what do you think about them? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments section. I hope you like, share this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Until then, Allah Hafiz.